Hello and welcome to a colour reading for November people to see how their June 2026 will progress. This is Karen's Colours and I'm Dr. Karen. The colours that we looked at for May 2026 showed that there were a number of difficulties that we had to negotiate throughout that month. And if your month went smoothly, then wonderful for you. On the other hand, if it was a bit rough, let's see what June will bring for you, shall we? For myself, it started off smoothly enough and then gradually progressed further and further into the period in which I really started to reevaluate these readings. Are they, in fact, even valuable to people? I don't get much feedback, but if you're planning on making such feedback, please feel free. I'd like to hear from you. If you're new here, of course, you'd probably be a little confused. My colour readings are not all love and light and wishful thinking. I read the colours as they turn out. And if that's something that doesn't appeal to you, then perhaps a tarot reader might be more your style. So I guess we need to get started. And now let's find some colours for people born in the month of November to look at how their June is going to function. And we start with an underlying strength. We move to an obstacle. Whoops. Only one is all I need is purple on pink. And a supporting colour combination which will help, which is grey on purple. Very well then. What we have here is, as your strength is green on green. When we have the same colour, top and bottom, it basically means that there is a restriction in what you can accomplish. And in this case, the restriction happens to be that there are many opportunities that are available to you. You just have to reach for them. Green on green is all about luck. It's about good luck because this happens to be your strength. For some reason, you are able to always find yourself with your luck heading towards the things that are good for you, that you desire, rather than luck being negative. Now, the obstacle that you're facing is purple on pink. Pink is the underlying energy, basically means that there's a good chance that you have had some sort of illness. Pink means I need attention, I need love, I need care, I need something from those around me. And in the real world, the reason why I'm saying that this is probably some form of illness is that in the real world, you have purple. Now, purple is imagination, it's power, but it's also healing energy. You need help. And in the real world, your health is failing. Together, the purple and pink make for an uncomfortable situation. But then again, it is your obstacle. It's not your strength. Now, here we have your need for love and attention. And in the real world, there is a lot of healing that needs to take place, and a lot of destruction of the old and creation of something new to replace it. Now, the underlying support energy is interesting because what we have here is purple in the internal world now and grey in the external world. When purple appears in the internal world, it has to do with power. How do you manage to get hold of the sort of power that you need, the creative forces that are necessary for you to do something in the real world? And what are you doing? Well, basically, you're not really sure. You have power, you know you have power because this is a support energy, but in the real world, what are you doing with it? It's like you're trialing a whole range of different things without really being sure of which ones are going to support your power and actually support the healing that's necessary over here as part of your obstacle. Let's have a look at the colors that are missing to see what it is that we can do about changing things. Well, for a start, there's no black, there's no white, there's no red, there's no yellow. You have green, but there's no blue or brown or orange. You have grey, there's purple, there's pink, but there is no cyan. So in effect, these colours here are the ones that represent the skills that you could be using, other sorts of things that you could be doing, and you probably have used these skills in the past. Are you able to put them into your life right now? Well, we'll look at that in a moment, because firstly, I want to examine what happens when we mix the strength, the obstacle, and the underlying energy in different ways. We begin with green on green, purple on pink, and over here we have grey on purple. We'll leave that aside for a moment. Now, normally what happens when we have green on green, we have a great deal of good fortune, but we can also swap over the green from the underlying energy and add to it the purple from the obstacle. And here we have purple on green. Purple on green is all about being a hostess. Green is the person internally that's capable of being open to everyone, caring and generous, and green has to do with forgiveness. This sort of person takes on or at least the driver here, because this is your strength driver, is that you simply let bygones be bygones. You're not you don't tend to hold grudges. You're not resentful. And in the real world, however, because the healing is an obstacle, you found yourself in a situation where you are being forced into playing hostess, whether you like it or not. And this, because it is both a push and a pull, you're having difficulty in maintaining that particular role. Similarly, you can have the green from the real world of the strength associated with the pink from the obstacle as its underlying driver. And here we have green on pink. Pink internally, as we already know, it has to do with the need for love and attention and care. Green in the real world, again coming from your strength, means that there are many opportunities for you to move into a direction that enables you to take on that caring, loving role. However, green on pink also are fairly much opposites on the color wheel. They're not completely so, but very close. And so we find yourself moving between the two. At one minute, you want to push people away. The next minute, you need them around you. And then because they are around you and impinging upon you and perhaps even taking over your role and making you do things you don't particularly want to, you're back to pushing them away again. Together, this is a combination that has to do with having almost come full circle. You're riding round and round and round. New life is what you want. That's what this is about. What you're getting is a sense of illness and needing to be healed. But when we mix them all together, there is a very strong likelihood that the way in which you get what you're looking for is through the care and attention given to you by others. It's not just you that needs to be dealing with these issues. We can also look at this through the lens of the underlying energy, the support energy. And here we have the grey on purple. And when we cross that over with the strength energy, we end up with green on purple. which is a double dose of what we talked about just a moment ago. Once again, the hostess energy, which comes through as a strength and a supporting energy, also exists as a strength and a weakness. So here we have a duality in that particular combination where you, again, it's this push-pull situation. One moment you need the people around you, you want them around you, you are enjoying their company, and the next moment you don't want people around you. You want to push them away from you. It becomes a problem. So your ability to be the hostess is both a strength and a positive thing, as well as being something that can create weakness in you. On the other hand, we can also do the green over, the grey over green. Now, this is, again, associated. There's a lot of illness in this reading. I'm sorry if this may not apply to everybody, actually, but there is something here about a feeling of uneasiness, if nothing else, because the grey on green is sort of a near miss situation. Green is, again, it's a strength. It has to do with a need for new beginnings, new experiences, a change in values if necessary. And the underlying energy, grey, is that an uncertainty about these things. You want those new experiences. You're looking for new pastures, for escape from whatever it is that you're dealing with back here. But you're uncertain as to where to go with it. So we end up with a situation where your strength and your underlying energy are not necessarily working together in combination to create the sort of luck that your strength tends to suggest that you have coming with you into the month of June. Then we have a look at how this underlying energy, or the support energy, works alongside your obstacle. Again, we need to cross things over. If we have the grey from the underlying energy and the pink from the obstacle, you end up with a feeling of, again, a need for others, a need for assistance, a need for love. In the real world, you're not really sure where it's coming from. It's an obstacle. Are you attracting people because they can do things that override your autonomy? Or are you attracting people because they offer you something that is a benefit? We're mixing an obstacle with support energy, so it can go either way. Similarly, we can use the grey from the support energy, the purple from the support energy and the purple from the obstacle, and we end up with purple on purple, which is another combination where it's the same top and bottom. This time it's all about disruption. It's about creation and destruction, and an obstacle. Obstinacy comes in here too. You are trying to use your power, whatever there is, to heal yourself, to become your own medicine person. Whether that be man or medicine woman, doesn't really matter, but you're trying very hard to heal whatever it is that's happening here and here. But it's not easy, because it is part of the construct of your obstacle. It's all about your trying so many different things without necessarily getting any of the results that you are after. Having green and purple as standalone colours, one as the strength, the other one standalone as the obstacle, as a result of the mediation of this combination here, this supporting activity. It means that there is an opportunity here for you to start again, but you have to let go of everything from the past in order to do so. So let's have a look at what the underlying colours, the missing colours, will offer you. Well, black says, take some time out, have a rest, get away from everything and just recuperate. White says, examine everything that is fresh and new and learn something different. Start to take on a role that you hadn't before. Red says, gather your energy together. Perhaps become angry. Perhaps allow your energy to come through as activity. Whatever it is, you need to allow that energy to burst through, because right now the obstacle is saying that you don't have a great deal of energy left. Yellow, remember the past. What is it that happened in the past last time that something like this happened to you? How did you overcome it? Is that information useful to you now? Blue is all about duties and responsibilities. Do you still need to carry out whatever it is that you normally do on a day-by-day basis? Brown is all about goals and ambitions. What are you actually planning to do with the remainder of your life, particularly throughout the month of June? Is there something specifically that you want to obtain for yourself? And if so, what are you doing about it? Orange is about confidence and courage and the ability to survive no matter what the issue is that comes at you. And finally, cyan is being able to recognize that things are comfortable, that you can create the sort of connections with yourself and with others that will create comfort and bliss, and to a certain extent, the sort of understanding that's necessary for you to do whatever healing has to happen as a result of all of this purple that we've got here. So choose which is the most appealing, and then which is the least appealing colour, and put those into your repertoire for the month. Add them to what you've got here, and let's see where that takes you. Well, I guess that the colour reading for this month is one that you can either take as a positive if things are going well for you, but for some of you, it's going to be something that is a bit of a struggle. That struggle continues on from what's been happening during the rest of this year. Let's hope that you can make something positive out of whatever your reading is, and specifically out of the colours that you have chosen to use as your treatment or therapy colours. Having a look at what is available to me this month, looks like it's going to be a repetition of what I had in May, and that wasn't easy to deal with. Still, I'm here, and hopefully I'll be back in July for another set of readings. In the meantime, may the colours of your life bring you all the joy and happiness that you deserve. And I'll catch you next time. Bye.